Good morning. How's everybody doing? Morning, everyone. We're probably going to hang on a bit. I'm probably going to wait until a few minutes after 11, just to let a few people come in, and then we'll kick off. Do me a favor as well. Throw some messages into the chat so I don't feel like I'm completely alone. Throw us a wave or something so I know that we're alive. How's the weather? How's the weather where everyone else is? It's absolutely miserable today. Freezing. I actually have a jumper on in June, almost July. It's not okay. For those couple of people who just joined there, hey everyone, we're just going to kick off probably like 2 or 3 minutes past, if not 5 past, just to let a few people stream in. We've got plenty of time this morning, so we'll see. Who's going to be the brave person to throw a wave into the chat? I'll go first. Hi guys, a couple people just joined in there just to let you know that we're going to kick off probably in 2 or 3 minutes, just to let a few people come in. Grab yourselves a cuppa. There's definitely plenty of time to grab a cuppa, because we're going to have a nice little chill webinar this morning. Maybe take an early lunch. Boom. I'm going to probably say this just for the final time. Those who are here at 59 will have heard me say this probably 5 times now, but for the couple of people who just joined there, we're going to kick off probably 2 minutes, just to let a few more people to come in. Boom, Richard, there you go. Brave. First one to throw. Rhodey, well done. Jumping in the chat. Well done. If you do have any questions, obviously throw them into the chat at any point. I'm happy to answer them in real time. Happy to go into a bit more detail. Like I said, we have definitely loads of time, so we can go through anything in kind of more detail if we want to. I'll just wait 2 more minutes and then we can kick off there. Nice one. And then throw a message into chat. You guys can see my screen share, okay? Coffee's all done. Very sad. Onto the water. Good, Billa. Right, look, I'm going to kick off in a couple of seconds. I think that's pretty much it for today. Anyone who joins can just join late. That's all good. So yeah, like I said, grab yourself a cuppa. We're going to go through pretty much a repeat of what I went through in the conference. I might go into a few things in a bit more detail. So those of you who were at the StudioForty9 conference there a few months back, apologies if it seems like I'm repeating myself. But like I said, today is kind of the perfect opportunity to like stop me and kind of ask any particular questions about these products. So the point of today is basically go through a lot of the cool things that we're doing at StudioForty9, both on the front end and the back end, as well as a few bits around the admin. I might not know absolutely everything about the products, so if there's a question that I can't answer, I'll definitely be able to answer it offline if you throw me your email. What I'll do is I'll kick off now. Thanks everyone for joining anyways. Just pull this across here now. So yeah, so for those of you who don't already know me, my name is Brad. I'm the business intelligence and marketing specialist here at StudioForty9. Just looking at the list there, pretty sure I know a good chunk of people in the webinar already. So nice to see some familiar faces, but definitely some new names in the chat. So pleasure to meet everyone. So I suppose I'd like to start by painting a picture of your e-commerce landscape, as though it was a physical landscape. Imagine the front end where your customer interactions unfold, the back end where the magic happens, and in between sits you, the merchant, navigating the admin section. The question is, where does the customer fit into this picture? You see there. So today's talk aims to brush broad strokes across this landscape, showcasing some of the cool ways in which we've helped our clients over the last 12 months. So we've helped our clients connect to customer desire, foster omnichannel unity, and customize the admin experience. I've said this already, but I think we're quite modest about our offerings here at StudioForty9. Many of the stuff I'll talk about today is kind of quietly embedded into sites during migration or development. I suppose for us, they kind of can seem routine at times, but really when you take a look at them, they're really quite innovative and cool. I'd like to shine some sunlight onto this landscape with the hopes of whetting your e-commerce appetite and illustrating how we can fuel growth, foster loyalty, and drive conversions for your customers. So the first section aims to showcase some of the front-end products that we offer, taking you from landing on your e-commerce site all the way to the point of conversion. By connecting to your customers' desires, you give them what they want, bridging the gap between a browser and a purchaser. So in today's e-commerce landscape, personalization is a great way to enhance the customer experience and drive conversions. With StudioForty9's dynamic sections, we can basically tailor content to individual customer needs based on a range of criteria, connecting to their desire for personalization. In short, a dynamic section is a party website that would be loaded based on certain requirements, for example, a VIP sale, personalized homepage, or showing some hidden content. With URL-based, real parameter-based dynamic sections, we can load sections based on any URL parameter, such as those from an email campaign or a paid social media ad. This feature allows us to personalize content delivery specific to user groups based on where they came from. So for example, a landing page, kind of to a sale, or for VIP customers, maybe offering them an exclusive personalized experience. You can increase conversions that way. Say, for example, you want to delight your high LTV customers with a personalized homepage showing their favorite products when they land. We can do this via Shopify segments. So by making it a segment in the admin of Shopify, and with the power of Orchestra, we can convert this segment into a customer meta field. So when they're logged in, they can be given a personalized homepage experience. I suppose the same could be done with things like some brands you might like, or jump back in. For Shopify segment dynamic sections, an Orchestra license isn't absolutely necessary. So you could basically do this by bulk assigning customer meta fields in the editor, but Orchestra kind of automates this process. And the final one is Ajax loaded sections. This functionality can enhance site performance by reducing load speed, ensuring a better browsing experience for customers. Whether it's triggered by a click or a scroll or even a timer, we can use Ajax to show off or hide sections, providing endless opportunities for a dynamic and engaging website experience. By harnessing the power of dynamic sections, we can elevate the customer experience, drive engagement, and make you a bunch of money. Next up, I'd like to showcase a cool feature called Instant Add. So you might be familiar with the Quick Add feature, which allows you to quickly add a product to the cart directly from the collection page. But how the Instant Add differs is that it allows your customers to instantly add a variant of a product directly to the cart right on the collection page. This removes even more barriers to conversion, connecting to the customer's desire for an easier shopping experience. How this works is through a simple but clever logic that if a specific variant is available of a product, the instant add button will appear on the collection page. So at Color Trend, for example, we used instant add to allow for a seamless and convenient experience when it came to purchasing sample pots for their premium paints. This feature streamlined the purchasing process, eliminating the need for customers to have to navigate to the individual product pages and add sample pots to their cart. Now, when browsing a collection page, customers can easily identify paints available in sample pots and add them to their cart with a single click. So just to show you what that kind of looks like in real time. This is Color Trend site here. So we're on just a collection page here. So you can see here we have all the paints that are available in a sample pot. So all we have to do there in this case is just click that plus on order a sample pot, and that immediately adds that to the cart. This can be done across all sample pots. And then in the case where, let's say, for example, there isn't a sample pot available, you're just going straight to the paint, it'll automatically change to see more, and it brings you straight to the product detail page there. So it's kind of a cool feature there. Just to go back there, I suppose in this particular case for Color Trend, the results are clear. The client saw like a big lift in sales of sample pots as a result. So we're really happy to hear that. With a slight tweak to the logic, we can also display multiple variants of a product directly on the collection page. So it's similar to Quick Add, but removes the need to click Quick Add and then add to cart. So here's kind of an example of that. Would be displaying, let's say, your 3 most popular apparel sizes on the collection page. So for example, a small, medium, or large t-shirt. Quick honorable mention to the Quick Add feature. So here are kind of 3 great examples of it in action. So we have McKenna Man, Pet Stop, and Donnybrook Fair. Suppose, just handy ways in order to get people click to the cart quicker. And again, I'll just flick back to show you what kind of pet stops look like in action. So there's kind of 2 ways that it looks like on Pet Stop. So the Quick Add feature where there's multiple variants is here. So in the case of pet food, so if we can quickly add this, you're given the 3 variants there, and again, add that to the cart and it pops up straight away in the cart drawer. If we go to the bird treats collection, for example, where there's just 1 variant, you click Quick Add and it just automatically adds that variant to the cart. So it's just a really handy way, especially things like, products you're familiar with. Like I know I want to get this product. I don't need the details. It just cuts an entire part of that journey out, which obviously gets into the checkout and purchasing quicker. So that's the kind of instant add feature there. Now I'd like to focus on how we can unlock revenue via relevant and configurable cross sells. So merchants often want to be able to sell products that are related to the content on screen. So we thought, what better time and place to cross sell products than in the cart drawer? Enter cross sell. So consider seamlessly integrating products and collections that complement each other, all within reach at the moment of adding to cart. Ultimately, our goal here is to increase average order value and sell products, related products at highly engaged moments. Cross-sell can also be used to sell high-margin supplemental products, accessories, or stock that you just need to shift a little bit quicker. So how does this work exactly? Via meta fields, you can choose from 4 types of relationships. The first being product to product, where you can assign related products one by one or in the bulk editor. So in this particular case, we're saying, for example, anytime that the dress is added to the cart, cross-sell the shoe. So we've just said in the back end, anytime that dress is added, we want that specific shoe to be cross-sold. The second is product to collection. So where you associate a product to a specific collection. So again, if you add the red dress to the cart, we want to cross-sell a number of products from the entire shoes collection. The third one is the collection to collection. You can imagine that's similarly or kind of configured there. So for example, any dresses that are added to cart that are from the dresses collection, we want to cross-sell a number of products from the heels collection. Same collection. So let's say, for example, you add the red dress to the cart, the green dress is also cross-sold. If you don't use any of these, we have the kind of default, so it'll kind of default back to the Shopify's a kind of AI recommendations. So there's 2 ways to assign product relationships. Firstly, you can do them right within the product or collection page, or you can save time by assigning collection and product relationships at scale using the bulk editor. It's definitely my recommended strategy here. Depending on your approach, you can rank the priority of cross sells in the theme customizer. Like I said there, so the 5th, as you can see here, it's not set. So technically you wouldn't have to set the Shopify AI recommendation. So one of our clients, if I show you that now in a second, they actually have that turned off. So some products that get added to cart don't get a cross sell at all. So it's entirely kind of in your hands to kind of configure that. So with cross sells, you can take your existing cart drawer up a notch by hitting your customers right at the moment of adding to cart. So again, in this example, you want to cross-sell leather wax every time a customer adds a pair of hiking boots to the cart. And I might actually just go onto Great Outdoors website here and show you that kind of in real time, because I think they've actually updated it since. And again, with that, just to kind of talk about this, we have we've installed the cross-sell app for the client, but ultimately, the power is in the client's hand to make this as good or bad as they want it. So for example, if we add this pair of hiking boots to the cart here, as you can see, the sport wax is added. They've also now added trekking poles, which makes a lot of sense. You're buying hiking boots, maybe you don't have a pair of trekking poles. So say for example we add that to the cart, the cross-sell then also updates. So you can see here we've added the trekking poles, and then it's reading the data that's in the cart to kind of find more cross-sells that are related to that. So you can see here the pole tip protector is there. So you maybe want to add some protectors there, and then obviously maybe that's part of kind of more generic cross-sells to the Nalgene that's there. And so that was kind of a good way of showing it in action and the kinds of things that you can do. In the particular case of Great Outdoors, they've basically optimized their cross sells to be high margin. So they are limiting only products that they know they're going to get a good margin on. And that can be done, like I said, through any way of assigning those products to collection relationships. So the next one again is that Nalgene. So like say, for example, you add the Nalgene to the cart, and then you want to upsell different colored lid. Or in the case of Tony Healy's here, you add a pram to the cart, and you want to cross-sell cup holders or extra kind of accessories related to that product. So at its core, cross-sell empowers merchants to seamlessly integrate cross-sell products into the cart drawer, all based on configured product relationships. So by understanding customer preferences and purchase patterns, the power, as I said, is in your hands to rank and tailor cross-sell suggestions to meet both yours and the customer's desires. Next up is the free shipping motivator. So this is a handy tool, like I said, designed to incentivize cart activity and ultimately boost AOV. In short, this feature will trigger messaging throughout your store as to how close a customer is to reaching the free shipping threshold. When the threshold is reached, users will get a nice message indicating the newly acquired bonus. The motivator can be strategically used across 4 key placements in your online store: the announcement bar, the product page, the cart drawer, and the cart page. So this serves as a compelling call to action for customers and encourages them to increase their order value to qualify for free shipping. Free shipping motivator is fully customizable, so allowing you to tailor it to fit seamlessly into your brand aesthetic and messaging. Great example of this free shipping motivator in action is Malloy's. So by leveraging this tool, they've successfully incentivized customers to increase their order value across the entire user journey. So you can see here from the home page to the product page and into the cart. So again, just to kind of show you 2 more examples of that. So just to show you Malloy's in action. So as you can see here, I've already got an item in the cart there. I've got this Belgian beer for €4, and then already on the site you can see here, nice highlighted there on the site there, that I only need to spend €96 more to get free delivery. Similarly here, spend just €96 more to get free delivery. And then again, if I go to the cart, the same messaging will show there, 96 more to get free delivery. Again, as you update your cart, that number will change dynamically, so it's really handy. Similarly, to show kind of evergreens as an example, so theirs is kind of hovering in the banner there. And again, if I was to add this supplement to my cart, that will dynamically change both inside the cart drawer, as you can see there. So now that my shipping motivator is updated to show that I only need to spend another €12 to get free delivery. I just think it's a really handy way of boosting that AOV. So now that I've shown you some ways of connecting to your customers' desires, I'd like to give some examples of omnichannel unity in practice. Before I do so, I assume there's no questions, but like I said, just as a reminder for a couple of people who've joined, throw in a question into the chat anytime. I'm happy to stop and pause and kind of answer them in real time if you want to. Before I go into kind of talking a bit more about omnichannel, I'd like to talk as just do a little kind of refresher on our Orchestra. I'm sure people are aware of Orchestra, previously known as LERP, but for those who don't, definitely good to kind of know a bit about it before we jump into the kind of omni-channel pieces. So Orchestra is StudioForty9's proprietary integration platform as a service, also kind of called a middleware. So it's kind of essential to our clients' e-commerce tech stack. A lot of our clients who do have Orchestra, if they didn't have Orchestra, they'd be in trouble. It's basically kind of a vital kind of beating heart a lot of the times of connecting their platforms. So Orchestra is designed to connect and automate operation systems, so data flows, processes, ultimately enhancing kind of omni-channel unity. So as I said there, Orchestra is a middleware, so it allows us to connect otherwise disparate systems like your email marketing platform, your loyalty app, your ERP system, EPOS system, order management systems, just to name a few. So with an uptime of 99.999%, we support over 500,000 products and manage 575,000 orders annually for more than 30 retailers. That number is probably even a little bit out of date, and it's growing on a regular basis. So to go back to fostering omnichannel unity, with the power of Orchestra, we can foster omnichannel unity by connecting these otherwise siloed and out-of-touch data sources to your online operation. So a common pain point in omnichannel retail is the fractured workflow of online and offline gift cards. So picture this scenario: you have a gift card that you received in store, but when you go to use it online, it doesn't work. That's where our Orchestra magic comes into play. Imagine being able to seamlessly use your in-store gift card in the Shopify checkout. Whether you're treating yourself to a shopping spree or topping up your order with another payment method, our integration ensures a smooth and hassle-free experience. So how does it work? It's simple yet powerful. Our solution converts your in-store gift card into a Shopify gift card, seamlessly bridging the gap between your offline and online shopping experience. So to highlight a real-world example, Donnybrook Fair with our integration allowed customers to effortlessly redeem their in-store Spiral gift cards online, fostering omnichannel unity. And it doesn't stop there. We're also working on integrations with other providers like GiveX, with plans to introduce support for Meridian omnichannel gift cards this year. I suppose the whole idea with Orchestra and the integrations that already exist. So in this case, this is a Spiral gift card integration we've built, but all of the work that we've done between Orchestra and Shopify, that can be repeated across multiple different gift card providers. The whole idea with LERP, or Orchestra, I should say, is that so long as the kind of end platform has the data that we need and has a way of getting that data to us, we can essentially throw that anywhere else. So in summary, our Spiral to Shopify gift card integration, it's not just about convenience. Again, it's about breaking down barriers and empowering customers to shop seamlessly across the entire retail landscape. Building on that kind of gift card integration idea, we've also pushed the boat out to include a complete loyalty system integration. A good example of this is the Evergreen Health Foods Spiral loyalty integration. So as an Evergreen Rewards member, you can earn rewards with every purchase, get discounts on your birthday, receive spend and save offers, just to name a few, ultimately adding value to the entire customer experience. With the power of Orchestra, customers can now engage with Evergreen Rewards across their in-store and online shopping experience. So the neat thing is that you can use your Evergreen Rewards whether you've started your journey in-store, online, or you're starting fresh. How it works is that the customer's Shopify account sits on top of the Spiral account, and using a unique identifier such as the Spiral gift card number, when a customer orders online, we use Orchestra to communicate to Spiral to update the points balance. Within the Shopify account page as well, you can also directly change your Spiral details, such as your name, address, etc. So with this integration, we've made a significant stride in fostering omnichannel unity. To date, we've also integrated retail integrations Meridian Loyalty app and the Snip loyalty platform with both Magento and Shopware. So currently we're in the process of integrating both of those into Shopify. So for those who are Meridian customers, definitely get in touch because we're essentially going to be helping integrate all of our clients who are on Meridian Retail Integrations Meridian Loyalty Program into Shopify this year. Just to kind of quickly mention as well, we've also kind of helped our clients foster omnichannel with Klaviyo integrations. So a particular one is the order rights to Klaviyo integration. So order right is an EPOS system that one of our clients are using. So what this does essentially gives you a 360-degree view of your customer in your Klaviyo account, whether they've shopped online or in store. So essentially anytime someone orders, if they've ordered offline, so they ordered in store, that gets integrated into Klaviyo. So that profile will be generated in Klaviyo. You could go to, say, John Smith, and in their Klaviyo profile and their kind of timeline, for those who are familiar with it, you'll see, okay, there's online purchases, events, add to carts. They've added a lead gen ad, things like that. And then you can also see speckled within their offline data. So again, you're just boosting the kind of 360-degree view of the customer. And again, you're basically bridging that gap between the offline and online experience. So in summary, with our omnichannel gift cards and omnichannel loyalty integrations, I've hopefully shed some light on how we're helping merchants foster omnichannel unity. So when we think of the e-commerce landscape, the admin often gets overlooked. However, this is where we as e-commerce professionals spend the vast majority of our time. At StudioForty9, and with the power of Shopify's admin UI extensions, we've added some useful features to the Shopify admin to make your life a little bit easier. So these tools are called admin actions. The first admin action we have is the email customer invoice action. So this is a handy tool we can use to quickly email a PDF invoice to the customer from inside their profile in Shopify. So this tool borders a little bit on B2B, as do others, but ultimately it allows for another way in which we can serve our customers right within the comfort of the Shopify backend. Next, we have the customer draft order action. So essentially, this is a fast way in which we can select any number of SKUs and a date selector. You see here. Once generated, we can also easily send a checkout URL to the customer, again, right from within the admin. The final one here is the order from favorites. So let me see here, order from favorites. Yeah, so basically where this comes in handy is if you're taking orders over the phone, I guess, or potentially in store if you have kind of reps in store. What this essentially does is allow people to go straight into the customer profile and then add any items that are already in their wish list directly to an order. Final one there, it's not an admin action, but it is kind of a way in which we're extending the admin. It's called a request a quote feature. So this feature sits on the fence of kind of being front end and admin, but in short, it allows your customers to request a new price for their cart right within the cart page. An example of this in action is Star School Supplies. So for example, they have teachers constantly buying, a classroom's worth of stationery they need for the entire year. And what they want then is essentially to give them a chance to request a quote on their order. So how it works is that a short form is filled out by the customer in the cart page, which generates a draft order. A notification is then emailed to the merchant with a link to the draft order from which they can send an invoice directly to the customer. Again, you can kind of see an example of the kind of email that's sent out with them. I suppose request a quote and the admin actions. These are just a few ways in which we can now bring kind of further extension right into the admin. What's neat about these admin actions is they can be accessed not just inside that one particular area of the Shopify backend, so they can be kind of extended to collections, discounts, and the product admin pages. We're also extending the admin experience for other products such as Orchestra. So you're probably familiar, any of our Orchestra customers here, you might have seen that in your Shopify admin already. There's a little Orchestra app that's showing. Now within that app, you can see things like reporting. You can pull your Orchestra reports directly into Shopify and kind of download CSVs directly from there. So again, these are kind of the ways in which we're trying to make your life a little bit easier in the Shopify backend, and hopefully saving you time and ultimately money. That's kind of it for me. So happy to answer any particular questions. But again, just to kind of summarize, we've talked about the front end bits. We talked about the Orchestra features and then how we're kind of extending the admin. If you have any questions for me that maybe are a bit more complicated or you want to bring offline, my email is brad@StudioForty9. There's info there, but you can email me directly. For those of you with account managers and you don't have any of these features or you want to learn a bit more, pull them up in your kind of weekly calls. I'm happy to kind of answer more about that. So I have a question here. Let me see here. Is there a limit to the number of platforms Orchestra can integrate with? So for Orchestra, I suppose, I think I said this already. So with Orchestra, the idea is we're sitting there as a middleware. We have a lot of pre-existing connections between Orchestra and Shopify, which don't really change. So for example, we have a gift card integration that goes between Orchestra and Shopify that can then be extended out to multiple gift card kind of providers. So that kind of same applies for all integrations really. But to answer the question, ultimately there is no limit. That's the real answer. So long as the final or the original data source, I should say, so long as that has a way of transferring data, whether that's through email, HTTPS, through some kind of feed or some kind of API, we can basically put that anywhere. But, yeah, good question. Thank you. Any other questions? I know I've probably just stunned you into a silence, as always. Like I said, drop me a line anytime if you have any specific questions about that. And for those of you with account managers, get these into your roadmaps, especially the kind of front-end features that you're not already using. These are great ways to kind of boost your e-commerce store. But if that is that, I guess we can leave that there. Thanks everyone for your time. Appreciate it. There's 30 minutes back for you. You probably were like, oh, sitting down for a nice hour listening to Brad talk. But there you go. There's 30 minutes back. Lovely stuff. Okie doke. Look, thanks everyone.